brand new webinar that we are doing. I welcome all of you for having found the time in a busy Tuesday afternoon to spend with us and on this fantastic business opportunity that we have presented for you today, all the way from USA. Before we jump into the opportunity, let me quickly explain to you what Invision Brands is all about and what are we going to be doing today. So Invision Brands is an organization that was formed for bringing world classic and global education brands to India for the benefit of the Indian population. We deal with primarily early learning and child development and skill training brands. And in that, we bring to you today a brand all the way from USA, Brick4Kidz. We have Mr. Chris Rigo, the owner of Brick4Kidz, with us. It's extremely, extremely late in the night there at his end, but we are very, very thankful that you are here with us today. And all over to you, Chris. I would not take up much time and would rather ask you to take over and discuss the brand journey, how the brand was formed, how has it gone so far, and what is the business opportunity all about? All over to you, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Rimjim. Thank you for that intro. Thank you everyone on this webinar for joining the call and to get to know more about Bricks4Kidz. I am Chris Rigo, the CEO of Bricks4Kidz. Bricks4Kidz, I'm going to walk you through a little of the history of Bricks4Kidz and tell you all about why we are the largest STEM education provider in the world. And then if we have some time, we'll take some Q&A from you. With that said, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to quickly do a presentation. Probably about 15 minutes. I'll walk you through that presentation, and then we'll do a Q&A to answer your questions that you have. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and let me know if you all can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, Chris.
Okay, let's go to the, okay. So hide that, so that, okay. And I am not in the first slide, okay. Okay, so here's, tell you about our Bricks4Kidz. Bricks4Kidz was founded in 2009. It's over 12 plus years in the business, having about 300 locations in over 40 countries. And like I said, we are the largest provider of STEM-based education enrichment program in the world. Our program have reached over 1 million children around the world. We have won many awards. The most latest award that we got was in 2021 with the student the best product award that was done by the parent pick awards by the parent group. And you can see a list of awards that we have won over the past 30. We have a mission and we have a vision, right? Our mission is very, very clear, that we want to empower today's students to become tomorrow's innovators. And the way we are going to do that is with our vision to bring the inspiration and innovation in every student in the world. With that mission and vision, you need to always tie it up with the values that you see. And the key important values in STEM education is all about 21st century learning. And we talk about the creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, the curiosity that you got to bring about in a child, and bringing out the imagination, as well as making sure they're learning something and they're doing something in a fun way. Because today kids learn faster, they learn better when there's fun involved. So that's where you see our tagline: we learn, we build, and we play. So we want to make sure uh, we want to make sure that the kids learn, they're building, they get their curiosity out, they're collaborating with each other, and they play and have a ton of fun. So that's the mission and the vision that we have been across these 13 plus years that we are in almost 40 countries. Um, so we actually, let me reduce the screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. We serve every age group, right? If you see, a lot of companies are out there. We want to make sure that we are serving every age group, and we are providing the best curriculum that is actually available or relevant in the market. So if you look at it, the 3 to 5 year old, we have curriculum for 3 to 5 year olds. Not only in the brick building, we also have teaching them the concept of coding at a very early age. We do the 5 to 7 year old. You see different there. We have the Lego Tech building brick, along with a couple of other programs that I will talk more about. The 7 to 9 years old, we talk about the brick building models, video game design, coding, robotics, and the group of 9+ years old is again, we talk about EV3. We also have some of the advanced programs, from drones to AI, and as well as we recently introduced what is called microbits. You don't see it in this screen, but we have added microbits, and you'll see it in some of my next slides. Okay. So we also have our own proprietary kits. There are very few companies that have their own kits. And we started having our own kits. We call it a Project Kit 2. We had a Project Kit 1. We upgraded it to Project Kit 2. We have the mosaic kits. We have the color kits. And these kits are used for different programs and curriculum that we have for kids from the 5 to 7 year olds all the way to the 9+ year olds. We also say we always make sure that we're putting the STEAM or stream to practice, because it's not just all about teaching the education. We also want them to basically go for competition, right? There are local competition, national competitions, international competitions, and we want them to, whatever is taught at the class or at the school or at the center, we want the kids to basically go compete, because in these competitions, in the local competition, national, international, that's the time that it brings out a lot of the kids' ability to succeed as well as to fail. So these are different, levels from a 4-year-old to a 6-year-old, all the way to the first robotic competition that is there. So we want to make sure we are putting the STEAM to practice, and the practices by making sure the kids go into these competitions. I've given you some examples here of our unique STEM curriculum. And when we say, there's a lot of companies that say, hey, we teach STEM. And when question them and saying, okay, what are the science projects do you have? What are the engineering projects? How are you going to, how do you have, how do you have maths involved in this project? And what sort of technology that you are doing? And that's where they fail. They do not and they understand and they can't say, okay, this project teaches you there's a science concept in it, and this is what's the maths concept that it teaches you. We are the only company out there that actually can say that we trace a school curriculum by grade, right? And that's what we do. So when you see some of the projects that are science, when we say science project, you see some of these projects that we list there. These are the projects that the students are actually learning first, as well as building, and again being creative. There is also engineering. You look at the maths there, and when it comes to technology, we talked about we talk about Scratch. We talk about the recent Spike Prime, as well as AI, which is the right to the, we have AI driven project along with microbits. We talked about microbits. This is something new that we are introducing. We understand that microbits is extremely important, and we started to introduce the concept of microbits. And microbits is used for many devices. You can see game design on the right, wearable devices. Today's smartwatch is extremely important. We also talk about the coding car that you see there. Today's cars and today's technology has a lot of coding involved in it. So we have introduced microbits in most of our programs, and we just started using it. And this is something which we see that will be taught in a lot of schools, along with drones, right? Drone technology is also equally important. We also have the drone curriculum that we will be introducing. So we want to cater, when we say we cater to every age group, right? So from a 3-year-old all the way to a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old. So here is all about drones, right? So you want to learn how to code a drone, right? How do I basically use drones, to drop things, right? And this is something that is extremely important in today's world. And parents are asking, hey, we hear about drone technology, we hear about AI. How is that? How is my kid going to learn anything? Do you have curriculum for this? And this is something that we are there. We provide. We want to be market leaders when it comes to teaching this most advanced way of technology. I said that we the tagline was we learn, we build, we play. When it comes to the income streams, for our franchise owners across the world, we have multiple. That's a video of our. Let me play it. Hopefully, y'all can be able to hear this video. This is what it starts. I have always kind of companies.
No, Chris, the audio, at least for me, is not working.
So you're not able to hear the voice, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to skip this. Hopefully we can send this. Actually, you can actually Google. This is from our franchise owner that has been with us for over 10+ years. He renewed for another 10 years. And that's his video talking about Bricks4Kidz.
Yes, so do share across that link with us in the chat box, and I'll also ensure that every investor gets that.
Sure. I'm going to go to the next slide. So we talked about streams of income, right? So I want to become a franchise. So now what are the different streams of income that are there, right? As you see, there's a lot of different activities or programs that we do. One of it, like I said, the preschool program, 3-year-old to 5-year-old, we have a specific curriculum for them. We also have the in-school and the after-school program that includes also the homeschool classes. I'm not so sure how big homeschool is in India, but homeschool is pretty big in the US and a lot of other countries. Camps, when I put summer camps, keep in mind summer camp is big. There are also these smaller camps that you have from camps during the winter time, during December, during breaks that you'll have. So those are mini camps. One big thing is birthday parties, right? That's a big revenue driver for franchise owners. That there's a lot of parents that celebrate kids' birthday parties when they turn 3, then they turn 5, 6, 7. They got to go to a center and celebrate it. And what's the best way and the fun way of celebrating a birthday party than to come to a Bricks4Kidz center and celebrate their birthday party. So you see, there's a ton in school workshops or field trips. That's another big revenue driver. So there are multiple streams of revenue that you can do using our Bricks4Kidz program. And it's a plug and play model, right? You don't really need to do anything. It's already there. The advertising is there, the marketing is there, the flyers are there, the projects are already given to you. All you got to do is to deliver this at your center and at schools. So here is some of the after school. You see some of these offerings that we have. We have different teams that are there, and every year we come out with new themes based on what actually is required at the school, what the school is teaching. So that is an after school program that we have. We also have in-school workshops. So it can be at school. During has a subject at school. This can be mapped. The school actually, it can be hosted in the cloud, and it can be taught by by a grade, right? And it can be, and we call them STEM labs. So keep in mind, a lot of schools now, like your music class, like your physical training class, or your computer class. A STEM education or a STEM class has become mandatory in a lot of schools, a lot of countries. So you can offer an in-school program hosted in the cloud, and we have the curriculum from that. This is it's preschool classes that is there. And we talked about camps, and the curriculum that we have for the school and the curriculum we have for the camps, for the summer camps or your mini camps are different. And most of we make it educational as well as entertaining during the summer camps or the camps that we do. We go with what the kids are actually interested, or what games that they are playing. Like we know very well kids are very interested in Minecraft. They're pretty good in Star Wars or the Avenger movies or the Pokemon. So we know exactly what kids are playing. So based on what kids are interested in, what game is trending, we come out with new camps every year. Not only for the smaller kids, which is the age of 5 to be also, like I said, for the older kids, we have coding, like from drones to AI to most recently to microwaves. We have smart watches that we have introduced to. Okay. I spoke about birthday parties. This is another revenue thing that you can use to host a party at the center, and parents are looking, and we have different themes of birthday parties that you can do. So because some parents might want, my son is into Ninjago, so he's a ninja fan. Do you have a theme for that? So we have different birthday party themes that you can offer at your center. I'm not so sure whether kids night out is something big, but yes, on a Friday night, parents do drop off their kids, not only on a Friday night, during a weekend too, in case they want to shop, the best place to go drop them off. If you have a center, they can drop them off at the center too. Now, there are two different models in this. One is a home-based model wherein you work from home and you can launch this program in 1 to 2 months. Or you can have a physical location, what we call a creativity center. And this physical location you can launch in two to 3 months. And both these models have been very, very successful. Been very successful in the US. It's been very successful in a lot of international countries too. This is when I started as a franchise owner in 2012. I did not have my own creativity center. I started working as a home-based business. And what did I do basically is I rented a space of someone else. And this is the first where you see I rented this location. That's my kid working with me on the side, and we rented a location for almost about 2-3 years. And then after, and we ran birthday parties, we ran classes at this center that we rented, we shared that space. Years after that, we then did birthday parties at a different location, and that's our second location that we went and did these birthday parties as well as classes. We then 2017, 5 years down after that, we went and we had our own space. Right? It took us 5 years. We said, hey, because most of our camps, most of the after school, most of the in schools were done at schools. Most of the times, the only time that we needed space was during birthday parties. So we could have, we had to, we did these birthday parties, sometimes the homeschool at the space we rented. But after 5 years, we decided we needed to have our own space. And that's so we got a space not too big, very, 1,200, 1,300 square feet, but it was enough to host parties, to do your summer camps, to do your in-school activities and after-school activities. So, like I said, you could start from your home, or you could start with a creativity center. So this is a new center that we have in Milpitas just after COVID. This is the new center, pretty big location, almost about 3,000 square feet. We opened this out in 2021. So what we do is when it comes to the reason we have so many franchise owners across the world is we give you all the tools you need to succeed, right? We make sure when you become a franchise owner, you have everything that you need. All you need to do is to execute the program. And for that, we give you a 3-day training. Once you become a franchise owner, we'll give you a 3-day training. You can actually fly down here, get your training, or we can do training via a Zoom or a Google Meet call, right? We also give you this exclusive use of the operational manual, telling you how do you do an after-school program, what do you need to do, how do you go pitch to the school. So you get a great operational manual to refer at all the different programs that we use. And you can always use our Bricks4Kidz name, logo, trademark. Google Bricks4Kidz. It's world renowned. It's known everywhere. The name is known in a lot of countries, right? So you use that Bricks4Kidz name, the logo, the brand, right? And you get a professional website, right? Becoming a franchise owner, you get your own website. You also get your own email, and also, right? I need a specific location. That location, that territory is owned by you, and no one can get into your territory. And you're going to get the most amazing programs to run, right? You'll have a dedicated team of staff always there to support you as well as train you. And this training, when we talk about 3-day training, keep in mind, it's not just training you the first 3 days and saying, okay, you're on your own. We constantly give you training. We always, and you're always welcome to come back for training at any time, right? And most recently, this morning, we did a microbit training. So every time we introduce something new, we give training so that you understand and you're able to go and then start teaching the students and the kids. We have a dedicated marketing team that does all the advertising for you, right? From the flyers to the rack cards to the social media creatives that needs to. We have this team always supporting you and helping you to market. And then we have every year we have the annual franchise convention. Last year, that was we had it in November. That was November 10th to the 13th. And this year too, we are planning to have it a little earlier, a month earlier. And we had a very successful convention last year. We had over 100 franchise owners that came in from across the world for 4 days, right? We also make sure we also have hubs where we call it a platform wherein we have our online training videos, everything that for you to go back and refer, right? And we also have our own franchise management tool, which we call it, if for you it's a CRM tool that manages your parents, the students, the registrations. All of those platforms or the hubs are available for you to go, and refer if you need some training, right? So this is something that we give you this, and once you become a franchise owner. Let me hide this once again. Okay, so the question is, why do I need to basically, we are the #1 STEM education program. Like I said, we got the best product award for 2021. You can be your own boss, right? You can be your own boss with a system that we provide you. You are self-driven. You are driving towards your own goals rather than someone else telling you what to do, right? And it's a very low-cost model. The margins are extremely are pretty big there. You've seen the different multiple revenue streams that are there, right? And when it comes to the franchise, the two operational models, there is this home base as well as the brick and mortar, and we are the only, I can tell you can take a look around you. We're the only franchise or STEM education that has over 2,500 hours of curriculum. So, and you choose your adventure. When I say adventure, what do you want to do? You want to start with home base like what I did, or you want to basically start with a creativity sector of your own? We initially, I showed you just a few of our programs where it's the after school. We have almost 50 unique programs. And most of the and the biggest programs are our camps, the after school, in school, and birthday parties, right? We are also in the process of getting our curriculum STEM certified. There are very few companies out there, or I don't know how many, but they hardly want to, that are saying, you know what, we want to basically get our curriculum STEM certified. We're in that process of getting our curriculum STEM certified, and we hope that we'll get that very soon, right? We also have what is what is called an advisory committee, right? We want to make sure that our franchise owners are also participating in this advisory committee that is out there. So looking at all that you see, we want to make sure we are providing the best experience to inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, mathematics, and technology professionals through our programs. I'm not going to talk about the franchise fee. I'll probably leave that to Rimjim. That's most of about the program and an overview that I went through with the slides that I have.
Super. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Let me give them also one more.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
So, it is a concept called Bricks for Business. So when you become a franchise owner, we also have, you get Bricks for Biz. Bricks for Biz is Bricks for Business. And if you look at Bricks for Business, this is another revenue driver, I think, that you can use. A lot of companies today are doing team building activities. When they complete a project or a successful production, a release, they go out to party. But nowadays the party doesn't just go out for a movie, or they just go bowling or play and have, go for dinner. Companies right now don't want to do that. They just say, okay, you can party, but you're also wanting to learn something. Something is not right in this team. The team is not collaborating well. The team has a problem of communication. So that's where we come into. So a lot of these companies call Bricks for us. They invite us on this team building the activity, and that's Bricks for Business. So we have an entire curriculum for Bricks for Business, and that's another thing that you can actually take and sell to a lot of companies in India. Okay, I'm done.
Very nice. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. It was a lovely refresher for me particularly. I mean, I know I have gone through all of it, but it's just so fabulous hearing about that from you every single time. And for every one of our attendees who are watching this in the webinar and live on our Facebook and YouTubes, let me tell you, this is a phenomenal business opportunity. We are almost in the finalization stage of a couple of our franchisees already in Chennai and Hyderabad. So we very recently launched this opportunity, and we are getting fabulous response. Just to clarify, Invision Brands is the master franchisee for India for Brick4Kidz, and we are working together with Chris on a phenomenal success journey for Bricks4Kidz in India. Now, just to give you, while Chris has been very kind enough to give you a very detailed overview of the kind of programs and the kind of different monetary and revenue streams that are there, let me just quickly maybe give you a quick pointer on what is the investment opportunity, or how does the investment opportunity look like? So we have, particularly keeping in mind that we are specifically targeting solopreneurs and womenpreneurs. This is the Women's Month being celebrated all over the world. We've just celebrated International Women's Day. And we are particularly taking this program out for womanpreneurs or mompreneurs, or people who've taken a break from their careers due to a maternity break or any other such reason, and are now looking at starting something of their own, or are now looking at building a future of their own with something that they can call for themselves, and wish to be engaged in the field and space of childcare. So I think this is a fabulous opportunity for people like that. And keeping in mind the profile, we have deliberately kept it at a very low cost opportunity. While this opportunity is a significantly higher cost opportunity in other countries, we have very intuitively kept it at a very low cost, so that most of you could avail this opportunity and make a successful business out of it while creating an impact in children's lives. So the opportunity is a 10.5 lakh rupees opportunity, wherein we are looking at 10,000 US dollars, which is typically about 8 lakh rupees in INR, as the franchise fee, one-time payable franchise fee for your particular territory. This is the city the city geography that we are talking about. So 8 lakh rupees is the franchise fee. 1.5 lakhs will be more or less the price of the Lego and the starter kits, and about another 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees for the branding and the signage part of it. This is for the home based model that Chris was talking about, which is your self-entrepreneurial model, or the starter model. If you're looking at starting up a creativity center, of course, another 25 odd lakh rupees get consumed in the setting up of the entire structure. So we require a space of about 800 to 1,000 square foot, wherein the rentals would go in, the maintenance and the utility charges would go in, and of course the fit outs, interiors and all of that would go in. But primarily this is a 10 lakh rupees opportunity which we are promoting out in the markets. Again, just to recapitulate what Chris spoke about, birthday parties are a huge revenue generator. Learning centers, collaboration with learning centers is something that you can do, wherein you could take up any existing space. If you are an existing preschool owner, or you know somebody who's an existing preschool owner, or you know somebody who's an existing learning center owner, or some kind of an academic institution that is vacant in the second half, then you could probably take up Bricks4Kidz in that particular premise without having any inbuilt or operational costs as such. And it's a direct plug and play, and you start earning from day one. So that's the kind of model that we've made, so that you earn via this home-based model to an extent wherein you can then take up your income and put it into the launch of a creativity center. I think just the way Chris did it, partnering up with somebody, taking up a rental space, starting it up, making it successful, developing a customer base, and then moving on to a bigger and a more flourishing creativity center. So I think that's the way to go about it. The kind of space that is required, let me repeat again, we are looking at anywhere between 800 to 1,000 square foot should be good for us to start off with. The kind of profile that I'm looking at for a Bricks4Kidz franchisee is, number one, somebody who has a good understanding of the local markets, is well connected, has some kind of an educational background, preferably somebody who's into academics or has some kind of a teaching background. Thirdly, definitely has a love for children. I think that goes without saying. You will be dealing with children, and specifically that's why I said I am more inclined towards women, because they come very instinctively. They have that bond with children. So somebody like that, and if possible, a little bit of managerial experience, some kind of a managerial or an operational experience definitely comes in handy in setting up that franchisee in a smaller time frame. Having said that, if you are interested and you feel that you need support though you are very interested, but you feel that you do not have that kind of an experience beforehand and you would need support, be rest assured that you would get that complete hand holding, not just from Invision Brands, but from Chris's team directly. I have interacted with them, and in my multiple years of franchising journey, I have interacted with a lot of brands, but this is one brand that comes across super, super strong on its SOPs. They have very, very well defined processes, systems that just makes the onboarding of a franchisee, the induction of a franchisee and its further operations make it very, very smooth. They have a franchise management system, a complete dashboard, a complete software that is a hub of everything that you would probably need in running your franchisees, be it marketing material, be it study material, be it themes, be it accounting, be it CRM maintenance, sales calls maintenance, everything under one roof. So they have developed this fabulous FMS for you. The curriculum has already been spoken about by Chris. As far as Indian curriculum goes, it marries perfectly into the Indian curriculum. I have gone through their various topics that they teach via their different playful interactive themes. All of those topics, be it your science topics like force, mass, and acceleration and things like that, or be it mathematics, your space and distance and time and things like that. So all of these things. Today, if you ask, I'll give you a very typical example. You catch hold of 10 random children from the ages of 7, 8 to about, let's say, 12, 13. And out of those 10 children, if you ask them what is the subject that they dread the most, or they get scared of, or they hate the most, unanimously everybody says maths or science, because those are the subjects either they find it difficult to comprehend those topics, or the learning or the delivery of those subjects in the classes is a little more on the boring or the monotonous side, and hence the child generally runs away. But as Chris very rightly pointed out, and if you are a person who has read the National Education Policy for India 2020, STEM education has been made mandatory in every educational institution in India. So given the importance that STEM is getting in the last decade, we need to understand that STEM is the future, and we need to incorporate and find a way wherein children embrace maths with love, wherein children embrace the difficult and the complicated concepts of science and engineering and maths and technology with complete love and cheer and playfulness. It should be fun learning for them. And that's exactly what this brand Brick4Kidz is trying to bridge. So I think it's a phenomenal business opportunity. We'll open, if there's any question anybody would like to ask, we would open it up for Q&A. Otherwise, I will leave my credentials in the chat box for you to reach out to me, and my team will get in touch with you to address any queries that you might possibly have. Anything else that you would like to add, Chris, on top of that?
No, I'm good. Like I said, this is something. These are interesting times. STEM education is the future. If you look at it, robotics, coding is the world is going towards that, and I think parents realize that, the governments realize it, and when it comes to investing, education, the medical industry, as well as the food industry, it stands any pandemic, any recession. Those are the three industries that will always basically not have any major concerns or issues.
Totally.
Because
Totally.
everyone needs it, right? And so, and keep in mind that STEM-based education teaches children more than science and mathematic concepts. They actually focus on hands-on learning with real world applications that helps these kids develop this very much important 21st century skill sets that is required for their future jobs. So
Brilliant.
So I think this is something which I think anyone who wants to invest, and especially invest in a company that has been there for over 13 plus years, that has locations in 40 countries where we are growing. Most recently, we added Belgium. We're going to have a master in UK, a couple of other countries too. So we are adding more countries. And we've been there. We know this. We know how to. We have the expert engineers that are developing this curriculum, and whoever joins us is this is the right time to join us.
Super, absolutely, very well said. We have one question. Ms. Sweena Joshi asks, how much freedom do the franchise owners have to change or add to the existing curriculum? Would you like to take that up, Chris?
Yeah, they basically have the freedom, at least letting us know first, and we will basically look at what they have, and if it's something that is with our what we are planning to teach, we might even take that and introduce it to our other franchise owners, and also probably compensate them for what they basically are bringing in. So anything that is, you have the freedom in something new that we haven't introduced to you, but just bring it to us. We look at it, and if it's great, we allow you to use it.
Super, super, super. Very nice. So with that, having said that, I think that was a very successful webinar. Lots of people watching live. We will have lots of comments and questions on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. My team will get to them and one-on-one. And if I need your presence somewhere, Chris, in some of our conversations with investors, we're going to be bothering you.
No worries. Anytime, like I said, I'm awake till about 3 in the morning every day. I'm available.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you.
I have Shahid also on the call. He works from Dubai. He's been with us for almost 8+ years. So you can always reach out to him too in case you need anything.
Sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Like I said, we're 24/7. So don't think it's a US company and you don't get answers and 5 o'clock in the evening or 6 o'clock in the evening. Hey, they're off to sleep, and it's our daytime. We have a team. We have the technology team working during your daytime. We have the curriculum team available. So we are working during your daytime too.
No worries. I have noticed that firsthand myself. I have noticed that while interacting with you and your team. So I am personally very, very hopeful about the growth journey of this brand in India. And we already have some very, very good prospects lined up. I'm sure this webinar was exactly what was needed to reach out to a bigger audience, to reach out to bigger masses who had been wanting to know about the brand, and we had been keeping them off till the 14th of March for them to come and hear from you straight away. So wonderful, fabulous webinar. Thank you so much, Chris, for your participation, for taking us so well through the entire journey, and look forward to a wonderful collaboration. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for having attended. And please feel free to reach out to me in case of any questions. And my team will reach out to every single one of you one-on-one and can solve any kind of concerns or queries that we have. Look forward to having multiple signups. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.